You did absolutely nothing. You know, I mean, nothing. They put up 62 points on you. Now, this is the Wayne Haskins that I thought was going to be the Heisman here. This is the guy that I saw in the beginning of the year who I thought had a shot to win the Heisman, to be, you know, one of the guys talked about. I think he's in the conversation, but, you know, obviously he's not that guy. He's not one of the finalists. So for me, it seemed like he waited too late to have his best game. Which brings me to what I think going to be the final college football playoff rankings. And that is, I think Bama will be the number 1 seed. Obviously, I do not think that they lose in the SEC championship to Georgia. Number 2, I think that's Clemson. I don't think they're losing to Pitt this Saturday. They just don't have enough. Number 3, I think is going to be Notre Dame. Notre Dame is undefeated. You know, they don't technically represent a conference, but they are a partial ACC participant. But it's not like that matter because the ACC already have their champion. They will already have Clemson, their undefeated ACC champion. And number 4, I think is going to be Oklahoma. And let me tell you the reason why I think it's going to be that way. That's the way the committee is going to put the rankings out on Tuesday. I can guarantee you. Bama, Clemson, Notre Dame, Oklahoma. I think Georgia will be number 5. I think Ohio State will be number 7. And USC will be number 8. They're going to jump UCF because of the quality of opponent that they beat. So I think 2 conferences get left out. I think the Pac-12 get left out. Obviously, Washington State was their only hope to get in. They lost to Washington on Saturday in pretty rough fashion. I think the Pac-12 is out. Get them out of here. I think the Big Ten is also going to be left out. I think it took too long for any of these teams to do anything. Ohio State had already had. Now, this would be different for me if Ohio State was impressive these last 4 or 5 weeks, dating back to when they played, was it Syracuse or whoever it was that I can't remember a few weeks ago. My mind drawing a blank. When they, after the loss to Purdue and they just started to snowball after that, you know, if they, Nebraska, if they had looked impressive against those teams, I think right now we will be talking about a different scenario, especially with Oklahoma almost losing to Oklahoma State a few weeks ago. That would have been the time, because I think that's also the week that Ohio State played Michigan, and they didn't dominate them, but the score, it looked it looked pretty lopsided. That would have probably been the week for Ohio State to jump jump Oklahoma. But they haven't looked impressive. So now you got yourself sitting at 10 as a 1 loss. It's going to be tough for the Big Ten to get somebody in unless Ohio State comes out and dominates Northwestern, which I don't think is going to happen. Northwestern has played pretty good against the tough teams, the top teams in that conference this year. I expect to see another great game. So for me, I just think Ohio State in the Big Ten waited too late to do this. Michigan was their only hope, really. Michigan was their only hope, especially with Oklahoma also having 1 loss and Georgia also having 1 loss. Michigan was their only hope to get a team in. They lost. They didn't look impressive. Ohio State really haven't looked impressive all year. I will see them getting that number 7, but I think for me, there's a Orange Bowl bound Michigan team, a underperformed Michigan team, a underperformed Jim Harbaugh team. Once again, when it really mattered. Pac-12, Big Ten, 2 conferences. That's going to be getting left out there. Moving along to our final topic of the day, and that's the Monday Night Football game tonight between the 5-5 Tennessee Titans and the 7-3 Houston Texans. Texans are playing at home. They are a 4-point favorite. For me in this game, I'm not sure. I want to pick the Houston Texans. I picked the Houston Texans to win this game earlier today on RTS Sports. And not that I want to back off from that pick, but I'm saying I want to pick the Houston Texans because I think that they are the better team in this scenario. They are playing at home. They have won 7 in a row. They got the momentum. They got DeAndre Hopkins, who I think is a top 3 receiver in the league. They got Demaryius Thomas, who I think is going to gel nicely whenever he starts to get acclimated to this offense a little bit more. Lamar Miller. They got J.J. Watt, Merciless, Jadeveon Clowney. They have the team that should win this game, especially against a banged-up Tennessee Titans team. Marcus Mariota still dealing with that elbow issue a little bit. But this is normally the type of game that the Tennessee Titans normally win as well. This is the game that the Tennessee Titans normally win as well. That's the reason why I picked them a few weeks ago against the Dallas Cowboys on Monday night. Because when you think that they should be out, when you think that this is a game they shouldn't win, this is the game they win. Ultimately, I am going to pick the Houston Texans. I think they're the better team. I think they're the hotter team right now. So I think Deshaun Watson can do some things. I think Deshaun Watson is going to be the key. Deshaun Watson versus Marcus Mariota. I'll take Deshaun Watson, and then that defense that he has, that pass rush that he has. I'm taking the Houston Texans to win that game tonight, at least by 17. They're hot right now. I think that they jump out early. The DeAndre Hopkins make a few big plays, and that Houston crowd gets Tennessee out of it real early. That's going to be it for today's show, guys. Make sure you tune into the Unpopular Opinion podcast every Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Also, this Tuesday, I will have a special guest on, so stay tuned for that show. Make sure you follow all the Unpopular Opinion pages on Facebook. It's Unpopular Opinion 2018. On Instagram, it's Unpopular_Opinion 2018. And on Twitter, it's Unpopular 2018. For all news concerning the Unpopular Opinion podcast, make sure you guys follow me on Twitter and Instagram at GrandJefe, GranXJefe. That's all one word. Also, make sure you guys follow the RTF Sports Talk YouTube page. We're live every single Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday and Sunday, all at 9:45 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, 7:45 Mountain a.m. Standard Time. That's Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, and Sunday. Make sure you guys continue to tune into the Unpopular Opinion podcast. I thank you guys for all the support that you give me. I thank you guys for tirelessly continuing to download the Unpopular Opinion podcast. Continue to rock with me. Thank you for all the love and support. I'll see you guys tomorrow.
If it's meant to be, then it will, God willing. Sky's the limit, and I'm busting out the ceiling. Starting to get to the point where I don't catch feeling. Just counting these millions, I need 100 a show. If you can't pay, it's enough. I would never sell my soul. That's the truth, Lord knows. All I need is good vibes, so I don't trust these hoes. I've lost my bros. That's just how the game goes. Came a long way, get it straight. They want the food on my plate. They don't want to see me strive, but want a piece of the cake. All I need is good vibes, and everything will be great. But they rather tell lies. I don't have time for the fake. Who would've knew? Praying to God, asking what do I do? I've been the truth since I came out the womb. Keep it 100, got nothing to lose, got nothing to fear. Let it be clear, God got my back when nobody else.